Good morning. I am Nataraj Bitti, Assistant Professor of Microbiology, Government Science College, Chitradurga. Now I am going to discuss with you industrial microbiology. In this, I am concentrating on the downstream processing. As all of you are aware that downstream processing can be achieved by cell disruption, solid liquid separation, clarification, and concentration. Now, in this part, I am going to concentrate on the concentration. The filtrate that is free from suspended particles usually contains 80 to 98% of water. The desired product is very minor constraint. The water has to be removed to achieve the product concentration. So we have the various techniques for concentrating the biological products. The commonly used techniques for concentration of biological products are evaporation, liquid extraction, membrane filtration, precipitation, and adsorption. Now let us start with this evaporation. Water in the broth filtrate can be removed by a simple evaporation process. The evaporators in general have a heating device for supply of steam and unit for the separation of the concentration of the product and vapor, a condenser for condensing vapor, accessories and control equipment. So this is what about the evaporator. The capacity of the equipment is variable, that may range from small laboratory scale to industrial scale. So we have the various types of evaporators: plate evaporator, falling film evaporator, forced film evaporators, and centrifugal forced film evaporators. So these are the four different types of evaporators. Next method is the liquid extraction. The concentration of the biological products can be achieved by transferring the desired product from one liquid phase to another liquid phase, a phenomena referred to as liquid extraction. So besides concentration, this technique is also useful for partial purification of product. The efficiency of extraction is dependent on the partition coefficient, that is the relative distribution of the substance between the two liquid phases. The process of liquid extraction may be broadly categorized as the extraction of low molecular weight products and extraction of high molecular weight products. Let us start with this first one: extraction of low molecular weight proteins products. By using organic solvents, the lipophilic compounds can be conveniently extracted. However, it is quite difficult to extract hydrophilic compounds. Extraction of lipophilic products can be done by the following techniques: physical extraction, dissociation extraction, reactive extraction, and supercritical fluid extraction, also abbreviated as SCF extraction. So physical extraction, the compound gets itself distributed between two liquid phases based on the physical properties. This technique is used for extraction of non-ionizing compounds. Dissociation extraction, this technique is suitable for the extraction of ionizable compounds. Certain antibiotics can be extracted by this procedure. Reactive extraction, in this case, the desired product is made to react with a carrier molecule and extracted into organic solvent. A reactive extraction procedure is quite useful for the extraction of certain compounds that are highly soluble in water, example organic acids. Supercritical fluid extraction. This technique differs from the above procedures since the materials used for extraction are superficial fluids. Superficial fluids are intermediates between gases and liquids and exist as fluids above their critical temperature and pressure. Supercritical CO2 with a low critical temperature and pressure is commonly used in the extraction. Supercritical fluid extraction is rather expensive, hence not widely used. SCF has been used for the extraction of caffeine from coffee and beans and pigments and flavor ingredients from biological materials. Extraction of high molecular weight compounds. Proteins are most predominant high molecular weight products produced in fermentation industries. Organic solvents cannot be used for protein extraction as they lose their biological activities. Proteins are extracted by using an aqueous two-phase systems or reverse Michaelis formation. Aqueous two-phase systems, they can be prepared by mixing polymer and a salt solution or two different polymers. Water is the main component in ATPS, but the two phases are not miscible. Cells and other solids remain in one phase while the proteins are transferred to other phase. The distribution of the desired product is based on its surface and ionic character and the nature of phases. The separation takes much longer time by ATPS. Reverse micellar systems. Reverse micellars are stable aggregates of surfactant molecules and water in organic solvents. The proteins can be extracted from the aqueous medium by forming reverse micellar. In fact, the enzymes can be extracted by this procedure without loss of biological activity. Next type of process concentration is the membrane filtration. Membrane filtration has become a common separation technique in industrial biotechnology. It can be conveniently used for the separation of biomolecules and particles and for the concentration of fluids. The membrane filtration technique basically involves the use of a semi-permeable membrane that selectively retains the particles or molecules that are bigger than the pore size while the smaller molecules passes through the membrane pores. Membranes used in filtration are made up of polymeric materials such as polyether sulfone and polyvinyl difluoride. It is rather difficult to sterilize membrane filters. In recent years, microfilters and ultrafilters composed of ceramics and steel are available. Cleaning and sterilization of such filters are easy. The other types of membrane filtration techniques are membrane adsorbers, perforation, and perstraction. So membrane adsorbers, they are micro or macro porous membranes with ion exchange groups and or affinity ligands. Membrane adsorbers can bind to proteins and retain them. Such proteins can be eluted by employing solutions in chromatography. Pervaporation. This is a technique in which volatile products can be separated by a process of permeation through a membrane coupled with evaporation. Pervaporation is quite useful for the extraction, recovery, and concentration of volatile products. However, this procedure has a limitation since it cannot be used for large scale separation of volatile compounds due to cost factor. Perstraction. This is an advanced technique working on the principle of membrane filtration coupled with solvent extraction. The hydrophobic compounds can be recovered concentrated by this method. Next type of concentration is the precipitation. Precipitation is the most commonly used technique in industry for concentration of macromolecules such as proteins and polysaccharides. Precipitation technique can also be employed for the removal of certain unwanted byproducts, example nucleic acids and pigments. Precipitation is achieved by using neutral salts, organic solvents, non-ionic polymers, ionic polymers, increase in temperature, change in pH, affinity precipitation, and by the use of ligands. These neutral salts, the most commonly used salt is ammonium sulfate since it is highly soluble, non-toxic to proteins and low priced. Ammonium sulfate is increases hydrophobic interactions between protein molecules that result in their precipitation. The precipitation of proteins is independent on several factors such as protein concentration, pH, and temperature. Organic solvents, ethanol, acetone, and propanol are the commonly used organic solvents for protein precipitation. They reduce the dielectric constant of the medium and enhance electrostatic interaction between protein molecules that led to precipitation. Since proteins are denatured by organic solvents, the precipitation process has to be carried out below 0 degree Celsius. Non-ionic polymers. Polyethylene glycol is high molecular weight non-ionic polymer that can precipitate proteins. It reduces the quantity of water available for protein solution and precipitates proteins. Polyethylene glycol does not denature proteins besides being non-toxic. Next one is the ionic polymers. The charged polymers such as polyacrylic acid and polyethylene enamine are used. They form complexes with oppositely charged protein molecules that causes charge neutralization and precipitation. So increase in temperature. The heat sensitive proteins can be precipitated by increasing the temperature. Next is the change in pH. Alterations in pH can also lead to protein